Hey there, Daniel. We're in need of a little bit of a math lesson right now. That's what I'm trying to do. I just want to let you know. Just let me know either way. I'm going to do it. Okay, we're talking about a whole number times a fraction. So if you have something that looks like this, which you will today because you're looking at pictures for the first page. You're going to be doing pages 137 through 139. And it's going to say something like this. Hey, what's 2/3 of 24? Well, to do that, first you got to find what's 1/3 of 24. And then double it, because you want 2/3. So what's 1/3 of 24? That's a better question. Well, if we draw it out, just like we did yesterday, remember? If we draw it out, we see, oh, where it's in thirds now. 1/3 of 24 is 2, 4, 6, 8. It's 8. 1/3 of 24 is 8. So what's 2/3? Well, I've got 8 over here, 8 over here, 16. You just double it. If 1/3's 8, 2/3 is 8 plus 8, 16. So first you've got to find 1/3. And then if they ask you, well, it's 2/3, it's like a two-step problem. You got, oh, okay, well, I know what 1/3 is. So now I know what 2/3 is. It's 16. Because 1/3's 8. Does that make sense so far? You got to find out what 1/3 is before you can tell me what 2/3 is. Here's the little bit of a twist that they want you to think about today. Remember how we said division and fractions are the same thing? It's just a different way of looking at the same thing. That's kind of hard to understand. But fractions are dividing things up into pieces, right? You're dividing the 24 into 3 pieces. How many is in each piece? Well, 1/3 of 8 is 24. 24 divided by 3 is 8. So you can write the fraction like this. This is going to help you today, so you got to pay attention right here. You write the total number of pieces on top and below you're going to write how many pieces did you cut it up into? Oh, we cut it into 3. So 24 over 3, that's going to tell you how much a third is. Well, what's 24 divided by 3? We just figured it out, remember? We had 24 pieces and we cut it into 3 chunks. It's 8. So 1/3 of 24 is 8. 24 divided by 3 is 8. So what you do here is you write the total number on top, and then on the bottom, as the denominator, is how many chunks did you cut it into. So you can just rearrange the numbers. So it's going to be total number on top, 24. You're going to divide into 3 chunks, and then how many pieces are in each chunk? Well, 8. And then, if you want to find 2/3, well, I just found what 1/3 is. Remember, we just talked about it. So, I wish I could pause this. So, we're going to be, let's do one more problem that's kind of like that. Oh, whoa, they want 3/4 of 12? You can't do that unless you know what a fourth is. You might be able to do it in your head, but the way you would do it in your head is first you got to know what a 4th of 12 is. So let's cut the 12 into fourths. I cut it in half, and then I cut it in half again. That's what fourths are. It's half of the half. So can you tell me by looking at this, what's 1/4 of 12? Did you count them up? 1, 2, 3. And if we want to do that with the new way we're talking about, You put the total number on top, which is, how many pieces are total? 12, right? And on the bottom, you put how many chunks did we cut it into? Well, we cut it into 1, 2, 3, 4 chunks. If you have 12 things, you cut into 4 chunks. How many are in each chunk? Well, you put the big number on top, 12. You put on the bottom how many pieces you cut it into, and then that's going to tell you how many are in each chunk. So what's 12 divided by 4? That really just means 12 divided by 4. It is, drum roll, 1, 2, 3. It's 3. We already did that one. But it's just a way of rearranging the same problem, which is going to help you so you don't actually have to draw it. That way you don't have to draw it every time. So we just figured out, well, 1/4 of 12 is 3. Because 12 divided by 4 is 3. That's going to give us 1/3. 12 broken up into 4 parts gives you 3 in each part. But this is wanting to know, what about 3/4? Not just 1/4, but 3. Well, 1/4 is 3. But we want 3/4. So, okay, well, it's going to be 3 over here, 3 over here, and 3 right there. 3 plus 3 plus 3. What's 3 plus 3 plus 3? 9. 3, 6, 9. It's 9. That's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be looking at these problems like 3/4 of 12 is blank. You got to first find out what's 1/4 of 12. So you take 12, you divide it by 4. You're looking for fourths. And that tells you how many pieces is 1/4. If it asks for, it might just ask you for 1/4, and you're done. Oh, 3/4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. That's what I meant to say. But if it asks you what 3/4 of 12 is, oh, you got to find the 1/4, and you add it up times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Please do pages 137 to 139 in your workbook. The first page has the drawing, so that's going to be easier. We can just cut it up and just see how many is 1/4, how many is 1/3. And then if they ask for 2/4 or 2/3, you just have to add 1/4 plus 1/4 or 1/3 plus 1/3. But the later ones might not give you a picture. So if it asks you for 1/4 of 20, you put the big number up top, 20, and you divide it by the denominator, which is fourths. So the denominator stays the same. They're talking about 1/4 of 20. You just go 20 over 4. How many is 20/4? Well, 20 divided by 4 is 5. So 137 to 139. Good luck. It sounds hard, but once you start, it'll make a little bit more sense.